In a world where silence is mistaken for weakness, one quiet girl teaches a school full of spectators what real strength looks like. When a popular teen is pressured to humiliate her in front of everyone, the choice he makes doesn't just shock the room, it changes the course of his life. This isn't just a story about bullying, it's about identity, courage, and the quiet revolution of choosing authenticity over performance. Never underestimate the quiet ones. While the world watches the loudest voices, true strength often hides in silence. In the crowded noise of Lincoln High's cafeteria, laughter echoes, trays clatter, and teenage dramas unfold like clockwork. But beneath the surface, something stirs. There's Sophia, calm, observant, unnoticed by most. And Tyler, popular, smiling, but battling demons he doesn't yet understand. Today seems like any other, but a quiet storm is brewing. One moment, one choice, and nothing will ever be the same. Because sometimes, the quietest person in the room holds the power to change everything. The cafeteria at Lincoln High pulsed with energy. A chaotic ballet of footsteps, voices, and the clang of metal trays. Fluorescent lights flickered overhead, casting a sterile glow across rows of long tables, each table a kingdom ruled by its own unspoken rules. The scent of garlic bread and reheated spaghetti hung in the air, mingling with cologne, perfume, and teenage sweat. Laughter rose in pockets, while drama simmered quietly under the surface. The jocks occupied the prime corner by the windows, all swagger and noise, their Letterman jackets draped carelessly over chairs. Nearby, the cheerleaders sparkled under the light, sipping from glittery water bottles. The theater kids were mid-performance, even in conversation. Honors students hunched over textbooks, trying to steal moments of study between bites of food and flashes of anxiety about college. And then, there was Sophia, sitting alone, but never lonely. She moved through the world like someone who already understood it. Self-possessed. A quiet observer with eyes that missed nothing. Sophia didn't chase attention. She didn't need to. Her intelligence was subtle, her presence unshakable. While others competed for validation, she chose peace. She read people like open books and understood silence in ways most never would. Tyler, by contrast, thrived in the performance. To his friends, he was confident, cool, the funny guy with just enough edge. But behind that carefully constructed mask was a teenager unraveling. Every joke was a test. Every move, a calculation. He laughed louder than he felt, smiled harder than he meant, and followed the crowd even when his conscience screamed at him to stop. In this noisy cafeteria, their two worlds moved toward collision. One, grounded in authenticity, the other, desperately searching for it. The lunch line crept forward, trays clattering against metal rails, but Tyler felt frozen in place. Connor and Jake flanked him like shadows, their voices low, coaxing, sharp-edged with amusement. "Come on, man," Connor whispered. "Just trip near her." Boom. Instant legend. Everyone will lose it. Jake leaned in, smirking. "She's always so serious. Lighten her up. You'll be doing her a favor." Tyler chuckled weakly, but it didn't reach his eyes. His fingers tightened around the tray. He hated this, the setup, the expectation. But the eyes on him, the unspoken dare and his friends' grins, made it hard to breathe. Just feet away, Sophia stood silently. She'd heard enough, but she didn't flinch. Her expression didn't change. Calm, alert, watching. Years of being the new kid in a dozen different schools had sharpened her instincts. She could feel when something was off, and Tyler's posture screamed conflict. He looked down at the spaghetti on his tray, the sauce trembling slightly with each shallow breath. "It's just a joke." Jake nudged. "She won't care." But Tyler cared. Maybe for the first time in a long time, and that scared him more than anything. Tyler stepped away from the lunch line, spaghetti trembling on his tray, his heartbeat pounding louder than the cafeteria noise. Every movement felt surreal, like walking through molasses toward something irreversible. Connor already had his phone out, camera aimed, grinning like a director ready to capture a viral moment. Jake watched with gleaming eyes, practically bouncing in anticipation. Around them, a few students glanced up, sensing a performance about to unfold. Sophia sat calmly near the window, her usual spot, tray neatly arranged beside a novel she hadn't yet opened. She looked up the moment Tyler approached, and smiled. "Hey, Tyler," she said gently, her voice low but clear. "How's your day going?" The question hit him like a brick to the chest. Not sarcasm, not suspicion, just kindness. Tyler froze, his grip on the tray loosened slightly. He hadn't expected her to speak, much less with that steady, sincere warmth. "It's complicated," he replied, caught off guard by his own honesty. In that split second, the script changed. It wasn't a prank anymore. It was a choice. And for the first time in months, Tyler wasn't sure he wanted to be the version of himself his friends were cheering for. Tyler took a breath, stepped past Sophia, and kept walking. He didn't say a word. Just calmly placed the tray of spaghetti on his own table. No performance, no prank, just choice. He turned to his stunned friends, voice steady and clear. "I'm done being someone I don't like. Silence followed, not awkward, but heavy with realization. Connor's phone lowered slowly. Jake blinked, unsure what to say. And then, a soft clap. Mrs. Rodriguez, behind the counter, watching with quiet pride. One small act of courage had just shifted the entire room. Later, Tyler approached Sophia, curiosity softening his voice. How did you know what to say back there? Sophia smiled gently. I've moved a lot. Military family. You learn to read people when you're always the outsider. Mrs. Henderson, listening nearby, stepped in with a warm nod. You've got a gift, Sophia. Ever consider peer counseling? Sophia's eyes lit up. It's what I want to do. Help people before things go too far. Around them, the cafeteria felt lighter. Students noticed. The mood had shifted, and in that shift, something powerful had quietly begun in the weeks that followed. Tyler began to change. Not loudly, but intentionally. He distanced himself from the friends who once defined him, joining the environmental club and reconnecting with things he'd left behind. Sophia guided him through peer mediation exercises, helping him unpack the layers he'd buried under performance. Their friendship deepened, not born of drama, but of mutual respect and quiet growth. They shared conversations about purpose, identity, and becoming who they truly were. For the first time, Tyler wasn't trying to fit in. He was finally standing in his own truth.